How you doing?
Happy birthday, nephew.
That's simple. A lot of like to spend their money. We love to spend our money. We can't take none of this. None. Ain't no armored trucks pulling up at no funerals. Simple. So you better enjoy this. A fool and his money will part. We do this. So
Yeah. So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film.
Lil Meech has just turned the hip-hop world upside down after accusing Rick Ross of cheating Big Meech out of $120 million. What began as quiet online talk has exploded into a major feud, with BMF and Rick Ross locked in a heated battle.
It would lead to February 13th, the Big Meech home benefit concert. It's gonna be iconic. 2 million names to list, but let me salute some of the legends. Lil Baby, Boss Man D-Lo, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Ricky Rose. Now, it's the first time it's ever been done. Me performing BMF with the icon himself. This will be special. Epic. Get your tickets right now.
I'm back.
A quick Google search for you says that your net worth is $20 million.
I know I got more money than that. I might go 70 days without looking at my exact total amount of my money because it gives me anxiety, keep looking at numbers all day. It's like when you put money in stocks, the stock trader told me, say, put a lot of money in stock. Don't keep looking at that. It'll drive you crazy.
The internet is going crazy. Fans are arguing, and everyone wants answers. People can't stop wondering if Rick Ross really took advantage of one of the most respected street legends for fame and money.
Right now, my shoulder broke, but we still getting to the money. We still count paper. This ain't a pump and dump, baby.
Think about it. It was all part of the plan. 50 Cent and Rick Ross, they set up Big Meech. Freeway Ricky, Rick Ross, and now you got 50 Cent. He owning the rights to be.
At first, everyone thought it was going to be the ultimate comeback story. After Big Meech walked free last October, fans were excited, expecting him to rebuild his legacy through movies, business, and powerful generational moves.
Take a picture with Rick Ross. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
Then Rick Ross came in talking big, claiming he had a $120 million movie deal that would turn Big Meech's story into a Hollywood masterpiece. Sounded perfect, film's brand deals worldwide success. But word on the street says it was all fake promises. No deal, no movie, just empty talk.
Ross taking a couple weeks ago about a girl that you're not even with no more.
We wearing Travis Scott's all week.
What is it with you and Ross that's just been going on for so long?
Nothing else works for him outside of mentioning me. When things get bad, you mention me. It gets covered further. I get covered across the board. They get covered on the hip-hop level. It is what it is. And you watch because I have nothing else to say. You'll just see it happen periodically as they go. You know, you see that big white elephant, that property he lives at? It costs more than the nightclub. He's in the nightclub. What kind of rich cut his own grass? Why are you out there cutting your own grass? You're trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with cutting your grass.
People close to the situation say Rick Ross knew exactly what he was doing. He used charm, big promises, and flashy connections to win trust but never delivered. Big Meech thought it was loyalty, while others saw it as straight manipulation. Ross gained fame and money, leaving BMF's name in chaos. Even insiders say Lil Meech got played, but the blame falls on the older crew. They should have known this wasn't friendship, it was business, and in business, loyalty doesn't protect you from being taken advantage of.
Biggest boss Ricky Rose just got word. Meech concert not happening tonight, but 3:05, it's going down at the office. Meet us there. Bam!
Meanwhile, 50 Cent, the one who helped shape the real BMF legacy with his hit show, stayed vocal. From the beginning, he backed the project, invested in Lil Meech's acting training, and turned him from a street kid into a rising star.
When that song came out, that's probably like the hottest I ever seen a rapper. People was confronting Ross everywhere, 100 deep, with Larry Hoover Jr., 100 deep to confront Ross about saying the old man name in the song. Even some of the BMF guys for saying he think he Big Meech. When it come to Meech, Meech had guys getting BMF tats on their face in the pen.
He handled the BMF story with real respect, turning it into a hit show everyone talked about. But fans were stunned when Lil Meech sided with Rick Ross instead, sparking quiet tension that soon exploded into open conflict.
I'm Big Meech, entrepreneur here at 5 Star Smiles to make sure that my smile is right forever. First off, English is everything to me, you know, so the first thing people notice is the smile. So knowing that I was going to be doing probably interviews and stuff like that and be in the limelight, wanted to make sure that was the first thing I had did. And that's the thing, like a lot of people in the prison, they neglect our.
50 Cent began mocking Rick Ross online, using his usual sharp humor and trolling skills. He joked about Ross sending Wingstop wings to Big Meech in prison, but the message was clear. Ross wasn't honoring the legacy, he was exploiting it. Then 50 took it to another level, exposing things fans had never heard. He claimed Lil Meech came to set drunk, threw up during practice, and lost focus. He even joked about finding whippets in Meech's truck, admitting he had to look them up.
Yeah. So look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie, F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino. There's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big, I can feel it. I'm just talking.
The message was clear. 50 wanted everyone to know he was the only one handling things maturely while others played around with the BMF legacy.
Take a picture with Rick Ross. You like a hoe, nigga. Put your back against the wall and just slide down.
While all this drama unfolded, Lil Meech kept smiling next to Rick Ross, partying and acting like everything was fine. But people weren't fooled. Many saw their partnership as fake, driven by pride and false promises. Soon, fans started losing respect, and even Tony Yayo spoke up, reminding everyone that 50 had supported Lil Meech from the very beginning with real loyalty and no games. But once Lil Meech picked a side, things started falling apart. The money slowed down, his fame began to fade, and frustration started showing. That's when Michael Rainey Jr., better known as Tarek from Power, dropped a viral comment that blew up online. He said he didn't feel sorry for Lil Meech or Big Meech, claiming they should have seen this coming. The video spread fast, setting social media on fire. Meanwhile, Rick Ross tried to act unbothered, using the attention to push his shows, shouting out tour dates like nothing happened. February 13th, get your tickets. Miami, Detroit, ATL. When 50 saw that, he went off again, backing Michael Rainey Jr.'s comments and calling it proof of fake loyalty and poor judgment. His message was clear. Lil Meech chose fame over respect, while Rick Ross kept using other men's names for attention. And according to insiders, this wasn't the first time Ross had left his own people behind. He even let his own team get attacked in Canada while testing their loyalty, cold, calculated, and typical Rick Ross behavior. Then, just like always, Rick Ross tried to change the narrative, claiming he had a huge BMF movie planned to outshine 50's show. He mentioned big names like FG, Gary Gay, and Tarantino, but it all sounded like pure exaggeration. It was classic Rick Ross, loud, attention-seeking, and always staying in the spotlight. But soon, the hip-hop world began seeing through his act. Wack 100 stepped in, calling Ross the real villain, saying he was never loyal to Big Meech and only used the BMF name to take cheap shots at 50 Cent. According to Wack, if Ross truly respected Meech, he would have handled things quietly, without all the showing off and cameras. Instead, he turned the whole situation into a public spectacle. It was all about Rick Ross, fake loyalty and non-stop attention-seeking. Every post, interview, and announcement focused on him, using Big Meech's name to boost his image and stay in the spotlight. Rick Ross wasn't acting for the culture. He was chasing attention. From the start, he hyped Big Meech with talk of million-dollar deals, while only his own brand grew. Behind the scenes, he even caused tension between Meech and 50 Cent, the man who built the BMF TV empire. In the end, there were only broken promises and meaningless headlines. Rick Ross went online bragging about buying music catalogs and even called out 50 Cent, claiming he could snatch his catalog anytime. Then he threw shade at Lil Meech, saying 50 had to guide him out of Detroit to teach him how to act. It was a calculated attempt to humiliate both of them, but it mostly revealed Ross' obsession with staying the loudest in the room. When the attention faded, he ghosted Lil Meech, and rumors began swirling that Ross had sabotaged Meech's Welcome Home benefit concert. Insiders insisted he wanted Meech out of the spotlight, turning another man's struggle into his own marketing tool. Ross used Meech's name for views and clicks, abandoning him when it no longer served him. Fans and the internet quickly saw through it, mocking the situation and painting Lil Meech as someone manipulated in his own story. Meanwhile, 50 Cent quietly built empires, turning real stories into billion-dollar productions, showing the difference between building and borrowing. Ross' pattern, latching onto respected names, making big promises, then disappearing when things go wrong, has repeated with Drake, Meek Mill, Larry Hoover, and now Big Meech. The streets noticed. Ross trades loyalty for clout, while 50 creates lasting legacies. Big Meech's name deserved respect, but Ross twisted it for attention, leaving broken promises and public chaos. Fans now recognize the truth. Ross is about ego, manipulation, and viral fame, while real ones like 50 Cent build, protect, and honor legacies.